Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to a chill session with Rofhiwa. Today, I've got a guest today, but before I go there, I must remind you that this program will be running every Friday, and then with different speakers, different guests, be it musicians, the actors, artists, you know. Yeah, but today we're just gonna be doing the talking, and then there and there, Roto Remino worrying. As you know, it's Friday, and then when we go partying and relaxing mode, sometimes it's important that we take care of some serious aspects like that of a finance. Friday to Sunday have got a tendency of taking much from our pocket. So it's important that during that time when we are spending, we somehow talk about the issue of the finances. Your host is Rofhiwa, and then our guest is Lebo J. I will give to Lebo J to greet you, and then we'll take it from there. Lebo J.
Yeah, thank you, Sia, for having me tonight. Yes, greetings to the viewers. I'm happy to be here tonight as we are going to discuss the most important thing or important aspects of our life, which is financial literacy. So we're looking forward to engage and see what more can we discuss. Few questions that we're going to be talking about, interesting questions that some viewers followers of the Vokoni TV has raised. So we're just going to try by all means to go through those questions and answer them. Sia, thank you for having me too.
You're welcome, sir. And then our viewers out there, you know what to do. If you got any question in terms of today's topic, you can put it on our timeline there, and then we'll engage you. And even post the live streaming, we'll still engage you. Very important. We don't want to have this thing as in like our thing. We want to have it with you in mind and with you as part of this discussion. Sometimes we might touch some angles that they are not like well exhausted, and then you can also assist on the other side based on your knowledge and experience, and then here we'll be giving it to you also based on the knowledge and the experience. While on it, let's pass through here.
Need a photographer for an event? Then we've got you covered. At Nat Photography, we do all shoots, events, weddings, studio shoots, outdoors and indoor shoots, and many more. For more information, call or WhatsApp 078 104 2546. Follow or DM us on any social media platform at Nap Photography on Facebook, Nap_photography on Instagram, or email us on napphoto@gmail.com. Join the Nap family and we've got you covered.
See there how many?
Join the Napi family, and they will get you covered. And I must remind you, or I must inform you that the Napi photography, if you tender them for your service, they're going to give you a very quality service in terms of the photography. And here in Etubukoni solution, which is then the main branch of the Vokoni online television, we do provide sound systems, stage lights. If you have the event, you can holler us. I think let's pass here again. We just have to get some few technicalities on the roll, and then so that we can start hoeing our questions, and then see. I must check which kind of music my guest likes, so that I can satisfy his mood. Welcome back. Yeah. For now, I will first, have to, give the hint and the background of this financial literacy things. Um, I'm gonna first generalistic. So without having going through some other preparation on the notes, I'm gonna give to Lebo J to give us some background in terms of the financial literacy.
Yeah, thank you, Sia. Talking about financial literacy, it's the most interesting topic that we have to address because we're living in the times whereby money is a necessity. So, if we are not having parameters in place to handle money and to be able to deal with certain financial issues that we might be experiencing. So, a lack of financial education brings a lot of uncertainties to other people, especially in the families. So, we need to talk about these things, to have a dialogue about this thing, because you and I can agree that when we grow up, we didn't have or know about such things as to what is financial education. So besikhathi sibona nje ekhaya, most of people abantu abazali doing all the things on their own, but not knowing ukuthi did they know where they are aware of what is called financial literacy. So we have the privilege today that we are having such information and knowledge, and that we can share with many people who might not having this kind of experiences. So we just want to build that the wall of knowledge so that people might know what is financial education, what you need to do in order for you to have a very, very good financial background in terms of handling your family finances and so on.
All right. Le utlwile, as to the the background in terms of the financial literacy, and then it's very important that when you talk about the issue of finance, we don't see them as a something sophisticated, something that is only those who did the accounting that must have the knowledge of, or who must stress about it. Day to day, we when we wake up, the financial literacy kicks in. And then
Yeah.
whatever that we do, whether you are working or you're not working, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
When you wake up and you start doing something, financial literacy kicks in terms of those aspects that goes with it. I'm gonna pose this question now. Before we go, deep into our program, so that we can understand some, few things about the financial literacy in context. What is financial literacy,
Well,
Mr. J?
Well, financial literacy, to be short and to be direct, is to, in fact, to be able to handle your finances. Having a way of dealing with your finances, knowing your money, where is it going through, what is it that you are doing, and with your money, how your plannings, it goes with your plannings, your goals, how you spend your money, to what you're spending your money. So it's all about being in charge of the finances that are going out and coming into your bank account, or from your bank account. Meaning that when you're speaking about coming in, we're speaking about the money that comes in as a form of salary, if you are working, or as a form of an income, if you're having you are self-employed. You put down, you track the movement of the money, so you're aware where are you spending your money, who's taking your money.
Yeah.
So in fact, it's more of to learn the movement of imali yakho ukuthi where is it going. So when you speak about financial literacy, it's a very huge a thing, because money is important.
Yeah.
Now, if you are having money that comes in, but when you see my puma, you don't see where is it going, then there's a problem. So in short, that's to track and to learn about your financial movement. When you speak about financial literacy, you are aware of what expenses are there. You are aware where do you spend your money. You are aware who do you spend your money to, and then at the same time you can account as to what did you do with that money that comes in. You don't want to spend money, but at the end of the day, you don't have anything to show for as to what did you do with your money.
Yeah. All right. To our viewers there, we must love ourselves, eh? And when we love ourselves, we cannot love ourselves and then we don't associate the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
love
yeah.
with the man,
Yeah.
Those who might wish to to come like live to be part of us in studio in terms of coming like live. You can send the request and then we'll send you the link so that we can engage with you as in like live through your webcam or your mobile phone. We're gonna have a song here. We're gonna play our own. We're just gonna hope, as I said last week, that when we play some music here, especially on the Facebook side, you might find that they might mute in time because of this issue of the copyrights. But we're gonna try to play the music that is not gonna land us into trouble. For now, I'm gonna play a song here, which was done in at Bukoni Studio by Nina. I love the person I become, and then we'll take it from there. All right. I also love the person I became, and I love the person I'm becoming. I'm still here with Lebo J. Today we want to talk about finances. Now, I skipped something very important, but we will never too late. We are never late in life. As long as we still got a chance and the opportunity to start again. I would like to know a little bit about Lebo J in terms of the finance, because all I know is that I know of him working in a couple of institutions and then he was dealing in finance. So, but before we go further, so that you must understand who is the person who is talking to you in terms of finance, or finance mara ndate Lebza or Lebo J, he have been dealing with the finances in many institutions. So I want him to give us a little bit of background about himself and the finances.
All right, thank you, Sia. I can say that with the finances, of course, I've learned to work with the financial sector for, I think it's been about, if not more than 5-6 years now. And then I was working in different institutions, but now I'm based in the Liberty Financial Liberty Life. So I'm a financial advisor in Liberty. So I'm dealing with clients, and my primarily obligation where I'm working currently is to meet with clients, analyze their needs, sit down with them, give them the products that they need, not want, and then make sure that whatever that they have signed for is value for money. So is to, if the client is not happy with something, this is where I come in and then sit down with the client and we discuss the issues around their budgeting, their finances, and what things that need to do to omit and to take out in terms of them being able to get whatever so in short, I'm just dealing with a people's person. I'm working with people. I'm taking the problems and challenges of people, and then of course I'm not a messiah, but I'm trying my best to give small advices there possible, and then if they apply them. If they work, and then they take it from there.
Yeah.
So
And then now tell me, okay, in terms of why should a person need a financial literacy knowledge?
ooh, yeah,
And then also, while you are dealing with those people on the field today,
yes.
how do you see the need for people to be learned, or to be taught the financial literacy, and is there any gap in terms of this financial literacy knowledge?
Well, Mr. Sia, there's a huge gap, and then there's a very, very, very huge gap in terms of financial literacy. And remember, when we started, we said that financial literacy is about tracking your month-to-month, day-to-day expenses and income that or money that comes in that transacts. Now, if you are not having a certain idea or a track or system that you have implemented to track the where your money goes, it's a problem. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
at the end of the month, you are not going to see hore chelte ya lena ya kae. So you are not going to track down hore chelte ya lena ya kae. Now, to answer the question, or why do people need financial literacy? Firstly, before I can answer that question, I need to bring to you, in fact, there are 5 major problems that we have in life, but I'm just going to name 3.
Yeah.
And the other first that I want to talk about is that either in life you are dying too soon.
Okay.
Now, when we say that you are dying too soon, we simply means that you die before you make necessary preparation in terms of your financial capacity. And then those that depended on you while you're still alive, they can be able to be to have some financial breakthrough. So you never planned properly. Now you died without having a proper financial muscle
Yeah.
to can be able to carry out the people that are dependent. Let's say maybe you are a breadwinner, and then you have not been financially smart or financially wise or financially literate, and then you die without any savings. You don't have a funeral cover, you don't have a life cover, you don't have a retirement, you don't have anything. So you just died as in peace.
Yeah, yeah.
But the sad truth is that those who are left behind, they are not going to be in at peace, because now they were depending on you, on your with your income or imali lebo kade ubanikeza yona. They were depend. Now you are dead. They are no longer able to ukuzondla, to can have that income anymore. Now they have to start from scratch. So the other problem that I was talking about, another problem, which is the second one, it's living too long.
The likes of me now.
Now let me tell you this. This is a problem. I know some people, our viewers, would ask, how is it living too long is a problem?
Yeah.
You are living too long, you don't have employment, you are not working, you don't have anything in your name, you are empty. It means that you don't have the ability to support yourself.
Yeah.
Now you become a liability to somebody else. Now you don't have ability to support yourself. Now you are now a liability to somebody who is starting to enjoy life. Now uzocela ama 2 rand, uzocela ama 5 rand.
Yeah.
Now somebody has to buy you food. Somebody has to buy you a grocery. Somebody has to buy you into zohlamba. Somebody has to give you money to go somewhere. So you become a liability to somebody else who's trying to make it and to put his life in order. Now the other part is that becoming disabled.
Yeah.
There's another 3.
Yeah.
You become disabled, you never put down the proper structures of maybe let's speak about in terms of emergency.
Yeah.
We're speaking about you don't have what we call an accidental or disability plan.
Yeah.
And then you are admitted at the hospital. There is no proper, you don't have a medical aid. You don't have finances stashed somewhere where you can take those monies and use them, and or to benefit them, where you can go and claim the insurances. So you need financial literacy for you to be able to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
So it is a need, and as a need is you need to make sure that you cover these things. Remember, living too long, dying too soon. Now you are disabled. You are having a critical illness. You can't move. You can't do anything. So you don't have any income.
Yeah.
So again it goes back on living too long. You become a problem to somebody else who wants to ondla umndeni wakhe.
Yeah.
Now you are now a problem. So why do we need a financial or to be financially literate? Is to be able to stand for ourselves.
Yeah.
Whenever there is a problem of finance or whatever, whenever there is so that we can be able to attack and handle any financial crisis that might rise unplanned.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yo, no. This one, is very tough, and that's why I'm saying it's very important. It may sound like I don't know. It may sound somehow, but the issue of finance, they are just close to us, and it's on their fingertip to get it either right or wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, tell me, Lebo J, there are 5 components
Yes.
of financial literacy.
Yes.
We have the earning,
Yes.
spending,
Yes.
we have got the saving,
Yes.
borrowing,
Borrowing.
and protection.
Yes.
Those are the pillar of finance.
Yes.
You get them right, you live long in peace.
You live long in peace. You don't have a financial stress if
Yeah.
you get them right.
But then there are these circumstances that, especially when we can start now with the earning, whereby some people they are hardly getting to the part of earning. How do we deal in the part of earning or getting money, and then the person is not employed?
That is quite a question in terms of earning. How do you You know, firstly, if you are earning, it is important to know how much you are earning, because you are earning. And then now you are earning, you need to work from what you are earning and then be able to deal with everything that is dependent on your earnings. Now, for example, I'll make an example with a debt. So if you have a debt or a debt that is more than your earnings,
Yeah.
in terms of premiums, or paying the installment, or you've opened a loan elsewhere,
Yeah.
and you don't have that loan, the installment that you're paying, you're earning maybe 15, or let me say you're earning about 6,500 rand, and then the installment that you are having, it's taking about 3,500 rand.
Yeah.
Now you are left with 3,000 rand that is left in your account. Now, can the 3,000 rand, can you live with your 3,000 rand? So I'm trying to, because remember, in your 3,000 rand that is left with, you still have you haven't bought anything. Like awuka thengi grocery, awuka thengi, awuka patali equal as a school fees. Awuka, you haven't looked at simple things as abantwana abazidingayo. Even yourself, when you are earning, you need to be sure. You need to you honor yourself.
Yeah.
You are
yeah.
the one who's working.
yes.
You can't be a slave to yourself if as a result of not being able or monitoring your earnings. Now, if you make too commitment financially and you have too many debts that you have opened, that are there, loans, short-term loans, and we speak about short-term loans.
Yeah.
When you take 1,000 rand to a mashonisa, we only 1,200 rand, depending on the interest that they are charging you on returns, and then you still have that loan of Standard Bank that you still need to pay.
Yeah.
And you are, so those things, earning, it's important to look at what you are getting.
Yeah.
Some people are making a mistake in terms of earning. They are looking at their net income. Or not a net income, but their gross income.
Yeah.
Thinking that they can make a budget on their gross. Gross is what company gives you. Net is what comes after the deductions, when after tax has deducted, after those pension or the retirement unity have deducted on your payslip, after you have everything, and then net what goes to your bank account. Now, if your bank account, there is that debit order that is just waiting to, and you are not having a proper financial structure to monitor your earnings, you will not be able to achieve your financial goals.
Yeah.
It is a problem.
Now, tell me, if this boyfriend ne, or
Yes.
this girlfriend, ne,
Yes.
he's able to provide, let's say, 2,000 per month, or 1.5, or even if it's just 1,000,
Yeah.
or even 500 for that matter. I mean, we got the grants that are 350 that
Yeah,
are
yeah,
given,
yeah.
to young adults.
Yeah.
It's still the money. Do we consider that as a earning in terms of this financial literacy, or those one we just say, I mean, it's just the money that is just arriving from the hands to hands, or do we consider it as a earning?
Well, it is important to have too many streams of incomes
Yeah.
that are coming into you, so you earn. It is important that you have multiple incomes that are coming.
So
I'm coming to the point of boyfriend.
yeah. No,
Now-
I wanted to divert you a little bit. Or now a girl can have more, maybe 5 boyfriends, so that there can be more streams of the income.
Man, we are living in a very serious economical difficulty. We are living in times whereby if you don't have 2-3 streams of income, money that comes in,
Yeah.
you cannot depend on your only salary that comes in. But if you are a guy popping out 2,000 rand, now we'll go to this issue here, Yama girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
Man, there is a ridiculous expenditure. I mean, to what are you investing to, in fact? What kind of interest that you are getting back? Is there a growth that comes back to your to you, that says that you have invested 2,500, now you've got 15% interest on top of what you have paid? So can, at the end of the year, being able to claim back the money that you have paid for the entire 12 months that you have been paying imagine paying 2,000 rand every month, and then and at the end of the year, is there any income that you are receiving from that investment?
No, but the girlfriend.
The girlfriend, it is good for her because now she has multiple income earnings.
So she should see it as an earning.
She should see it as an earning that comes in, and if she's good at it, she can continue doing it because of, anyway, we need money. Money is important. Money is very important. And then if she's getting it legally without forcing another brother, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And then if it's voluntarily given and no one is forcing or pointing a gun to somebody else, if I'm giving 2,500 to my girlfriend and then I don't see a problem in that, and then to her it's an advantage. So she might as well look other boyfriends in Yatzis and
Now-
get more earnings.
Now, the reason I brought that question, I wanted us to look into the issue already. At what age should the person start, being trained, like practically so,
In terms of earnings.
in terms of earning?
Or
Now,
in terms of savings.
let's we're gonna come to the savings there.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about, like, for example, the kids, they get the money to carry when they go to school, and then sometimes they just get the money nje, or papa or mama o feel or pocket imnati, and then arne why it's king eroko shapeka tostina nyana, so
Yeah.
wa wona to klipa nyana there wa wona. Yeah. Now, from which age should we start training our little ones into this thing, that they must understand that this money that is coming to them, it's earning?
Well, I think the first thing that we need to talk about when it comes to our kids, we need to show them the importance of money. If we can address the issue to them and bring it to light to them, Oguti, what the value of money, the importance of having money. I think it could be easy for us to be able to train them. But at the same time, you as a parent, you need to understand what is important.
Yeah.
The value, the importance of having money and the importance of money. And then you can be able to can educate your children as to what, how they can save. Now, you ask a question as to at what age. Stona sere le ojolo sa le metsi. So, and then I said le omme le robega.
Yeah.
So you can't teach Motomokolo wa 51 years how to save. Moto has already, you see the issue of lifestyle, it starts there.
Yeah.
The issue of lifestyle, you need to change to instill a certain discipline in terms of addressing or educating your children about money. Put some little test and little challenges that shows the importance of money, what you can do with money, as small as they are, as little as they are, because they will have a better view and understanding how to be able to handle money and what you can do with money. And then I'll this thing out of Mobaning Cheleteke Satan.
No.
No,
Yeah, I agree with you.
because money is very much important. And then so we live, we need money. We breathe, we need money. If we walk around, we need money. You need money to go to town. That is why we are working, because we need money. Otherwise, if we didn't need that money, we would not be working. But now, the issue of financial literacy is important, because you can't be earning and while be not at peace.
Yeah.
Because of you don't know where your money is going.
Yeah.
You don't have such a mechanism in place to track down what you see. That comes when you don't have financial goals. But
Yeah.
how can you have financial goals if you don't have a discipline in terms of handling your finances?
Yeah.
That becomes a problem. Now, if you want to teach your children, also learn how to use money yourself. Don't buy your kids whatever that they need whenever they need it. If they cry, Mama, different one, you go, here's a 20 rand. What is it for? Did the child earned to get that money? So if you want to make your children happy, don't try to be too smart and too nice with them by giving them money.
Coming to which, there's this book written by Ray Blair, Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain.
Yes.
He said in that book that his father taught him how to earn the money. he was not getting a handout. The father would be like, okay, wash the car. After he's done washing the car, he give him a 50 rand or 20 rand or $5. And then he will be like, okay, clean the garden. He cleaned the garden, and then the father goes like, okay, there is the $10. Now he said, after he realized, okay, this is how he's making the money. He was like, okay, when they say he must clean the garden, he go and then he hire 2-3 boys there
to clean the garden.
They will come and then they will clean the garden. He'll be supervising. He go and he collect the $10. He paid them $1, $1. Now he learned to become the boss, but that would be the topic of another day. I wanted to complement the issue already. In the training of the little ones to earn the money, it must not be only the earning that we give is given as a grant or as the stipend. It must come with some little thing that the little ones do to be able to get that particular money. That will prepare them mentally, spiritually, physically to see the work environment and how the money is received.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, moving to the second point, before we go to recently new music.
Yes.
The issue now of spending. Let's exhaust this part before we go to the music, because the spending. We understand the earning part. The earning, it doesn't matter whether you deserve the money or you don't deserve it. You're gonna earn. Somehow you might earn it, or you're gonna earn. Now, our trouble starts when we receive. At some point I used to hate the payday.
Yeah,
and I think even today I still hate the payday.
Yeah,
because
payday is stressing, my brother.
There is no day that is very stressing
like payday.
Like a payday.
Hey, payday.
And the most thing that is so stressing is not the earning part. The earning part
It's
is very
going.
beautiful. It's very awesome.
Yeah.
But the spending.
Lebo
J, let's talk about the spending.
Let's talk about the spending, my brother. It is important. Like I mentioned this many times as I was talking right now. To be able to know what are you spending on. There are points that we need to you need to track down your spending habit. You need to eliminate. When you're taking down the spending habit, now you need to check very carefully what goes out in your bank statement. What are you spending on? Is that that which you are spending on important enough for you to be spending your money on? I know that we have a daily life. We want to go in entertainment. We do other stuff, and we just spoke now about the girlfriend issue or batini girlfriend allowance. Yeah, there is an expenditure. If you are broke, my brother, don't tempt to go to these things as you want to have a girlfriend allowance, 1,000 rand, when you know that you are earning 3.5 or 5,000 rand, and then you want to give out your girlfriend your 2,500 girlfriend allowance. What is so important that you give out such money ridiculously? If your wife or your girlfriend, let me speak, if you have, it is useless to spend money that you call it a girlfriend allowance, where else at the same time during the month you are going to struggle, of which you could have saved that money. You could have spent that money for something else. If your girlfriend uthanda imali, hayi ndoda asongo wakho, wena you are broke, leave. You don't have affordability, leave that 2,500 girlfriend allowance to people who can be able to do it, because they are having affordability. This thing goes with affordability. Now, the other thing that I wanted to speak on is that there's a rule we call it a 50-30-20 rule. Ne? Now, in that rule, 50-20-30 rule, we are talking about allocating a certain income. To, for example, you allocate 50% of your income to important needs or expenses, and then you go back and allocate your 20 or 30% income to your non-essential expenses, and then you go back to 20%. You allocate it to your savings. So when you we call it a 20-30 50-30-20 rule. 50% for your basic, and then 30% to your non-essential, and then 20% to your savings.
Yeah.
Then savings, you track down uthi imali yakho iya kuphi, and then how best you can be able to minimize and to take out everything that it is not beneficially or you spending on. So in short, be aware as to what is happening with your finances. Be aware as to kwenzakalani ngemali yakho.
Now, you know, there's this thing called spending beyond beyond the limit or beyond the means. Or we are living beyond our means. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
that thing seems like everybody, when we start working, it's like I would like to hear some people, from our audience, if there's some people that they never experienced that. But I think there's a way, or what, that one way or another we get baptized in that fire of of spending beyond our means. Usually, I think it's when you find yourself in a situation whereby, let's say today is the 3rd, you get paid on the month end, either the 31st or the 30th. Now, on the 3rd, you're already having the wish of calling Machonis, or having to go to the bank and tell them, or you know what, I won't make it until the next month end. That for me, it's an indication or a flag to say you are beyond your means.
My brother, that is it's overcommitting.
Yeah.
You're over indebted. I once worked with a case whereby I saw a client was too much indebted. These days banks offer you what they call overdraft, and then overdraft, it's an amount that is there. It's a loan, in fact, but it's in your account, whether you're using check account or savings account, but it's there on your account. So you can have a 0 from your income or your net salary that went into the bank, but you still have an overdraft. You can still draft or deduct or withdraw or swipe more than what you have earned.
Yeah.
Now the painful thing about the overdraft, if you earn 6,000 rand and then your overdraft is minus 6,000 rand.
Yeah.
So when the money comes into your account, it goes straight.
Yeah.
It goes straight to the overdraft.
To fill the hole.
To fill the hole.
Yeah.
Now, in other words, you are no longer having the income.
Yeah.
You are going to live on the overdraft. And remember, overdraft, it has its own charges as well.
Yeah.
And its own interest. So it is painful because what kind of example are you setting for your children? But people have problems, financial problems, and such problems are as a result of not being able to monitor your income, are as a result of not being able to have a proper planning in terms of your finances, are as a result of not being able to track what are you spending on. Do you have how many debit orders? Do you know how much you're paying per month? I know how much I pay per month every month. I only have a contract here of a cell phone, so it's 400 rand. I know that I have 400 rand cell phone, and then I have a 250 insurances. I have a life cover of 300 and something. Those I need. I know that every month I'm spending not more than 800 rand on these debit orders, and that if there can be any other debit order that has deducted, I don't know that one. I have not signed. If I have the debit order that deducted, that is not part of the 800 rand. All of a sudden, I am having over debit order that are more than 800 rand. That one I don't know.
Yeah.
It is not me who have signed that for. So therefore, I have to find out. So, tracking your money, the bank now have made things very easy.
Yeah, yeah.
You can be able to track your money with your phone. check your what deductions are there on
The
your,
transactions.
on the transactions that are there on your bank statement. And then now in other banks, if you find out that you have 50 rand that is going off in your account, and then it doesn't report on your cell phone, because of you or it's I don't even go and check.
Yeah.
You'll find out this debit order has been deducting since from 2019. 50 rand, 50 rand, 50 rand, 50 rand, and you have not been checking. And the only time you realize it's now 2021.
Yeah.
There's a 50 rand going on when you going off, and then when you go and track it back, and you find out it has been deducting for the past 2 years or the past year.
Because we are not focusing on our expenses.
We are not focusing on our expenses. We are not focusing on our how much what is happening on the bank statement.
Yeah, yeah.
And to other banks, you are able, like Capitec, you are able to set a limit for, even if kupuma 20 rand or 30 rand, report.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a 20 rand that has been deducted. The issue that we are not aware of is also the issue of airtimes. Airtimes, data, airtime.
I fella, while after calling you, immediately I want to recharge.
Yes.
And after give first of phone la wena ke phone le sebane bane.
Ke batla phone la sebane bane.
And then hi fella immediately ke recharge hape. I don't count how much of airtime I'm buying per week, per month, or even maybe per day.
You don't even track. Now that's another, it's a trap also. the issue of having an app on your phone, it's also a trap, but it's also it's a technology.
Yeah.
It's a matter of discipline.
Advantage and disadvantage. It's more like those sweets that when you go to the machine.
Yes.
And then you find the sweets hanging around there.
Exactly.
Because they know that after you pay, you're going to have a 2 rand, 5 rand change, and then you're going to say, just bring me these 2 sweets there.
Yes.
So the app and the airtime are on that WhatsApp group.
I see WhatsApp group, my brother, because remember, airtime yasidla mfethu. Yasidla big time. You can even check on yourself, and I even challenge the viewers up back on. Yeah. Go and check, not only airtime, not other stuff. Yeah. Airtime that you have bought from the beginning of this week, and especially number is the third, after immediately on your salary ingena, how much airtime waiting. Now there are ways of dealing with this issue. Yeah. Why would you spend 500 rand or 600 rand airtime a month?
Because how you born, you 10 rand, 5 rand,
12 rand. But the question is, why would you do that? Because I think, you should inquire, you should ask. Yeah. I think in most cases, if you realize when you buy a phone, you're not actually paying for the gadget. No. For the phone. This is for free. You don't pay for this thing. Yeah. But you pay for the data that they are sending you. You are paying for the airtime that they are sending you. You realize that you're only paying for 400 rand on this thing. And then they're giving you at least a airtime of 300 rand, or maybe a data of 2 gig or 5 gig or whatever the contract is. But you realize that you would be spending much lesser than what you are spending if you are having a contract cell phone. It is other things that you can observe, or to look at ways of saving money, ways of tracking down. But if I take a phone of 500 rand per month or 250 per month, and then will I be able to have enough airtime that I can use for the rest of the month, and then I'm only focusing on paying the cell phone. Those are the things that you need to look at, because also having a contract of a phone is not a bad thing. Yeah. Because it minimizes certain things. You get maybe now companies like Desperate, they would give you maybe 2 gig or 10 gig of data, plus maybe 2 gig of WhatsApp data, and then plus maybe with 2,400 talking point of all networks, or minutes of all network, and then you're only paying maybe 300 or 400 a month. So you have 2,400 of all networks that you can use, and now you are going to minimize the expenses in terms of your airtime and data.
And then you raise a very important point. Going shopping with women can be frustrating, ne? And to tell you the honest truth, I go shopping alone. Because the waiting, yes, blaya man. Now, what I like about the women, they like comparing
Prices, yeah.
They're not like they don't just go in, take and go. No,
Not like us.
They compare the prices,
Yeah.
and I think it's because of this issue awareness in terms of the
Yes.
financial literacy when it comes to the expenses. Now, it's very important. We might have maybe take it the long way, but the most important thing that we're trying to say is that when you spend your money, know what you are spending for.
Yeah.
And see if there's no alternative to spend less.
Yes.
I might be your coach today, but still doing the same thing,
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll also be convincing myself, that in future I must, spend accordingly somewhere, somehow, And then now this also issue. I think the time is not on our side.
Yeah.
This topic is very
much.
big, But before we go to the issue that is very important, the one of the saving, whereby you actually fit in massively so.
Yes.
This issue of the influence in terms of spending, and whereby that influence is not a good influence, whereby you are being influenced just to go and buy a lot of boozy. Is it boozy? Bwala.
That's entertainment.
Or you are forced to be out every weekend partying. You are forced now to go and buy clothes that you don't actually really need. In your heart, you know yourself, you really don't need. But because of the pressure and all those things, you're going to, how can we deal with this kind of expenditure? Because now it's very important to talk about that now when we are going to the savings, so that we understand why it's important not to be influenced, or if if it balance life, then how do we deal with it?
In tackling such issues, we have to change a lifestyle. I mentioned lifestyle earlier. Lifestyle is very expensive. It's very expensive, and sometimes it's unreasonable. You can't be spending a lot of money onto things that are not bringing returns to you. You're not having any returns. You are having too much expenses that takes more from you. They like milking you. So it's important to know, to change the lifestyle. It's not easy. Sorry, let us address the issue of being financially literate first. You need motivations.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I will make an example of somebody who is who is an addict in terms of drugs, or maybe let me say
Gambling.
alcohol.
Yeah.
You take let's make example with drugs. You take somebody to rehab, and then this person is used to get this high, and then now you want to rehabilitate this person. You take him to rehab, and then you try by all means to change his life. But once he can try to be clean for maybe 2 months, 3 months, but now again, if he goes back to his old friends, meaning his old ways, it becomes a problem now. That thirst, we are khalel.
Yeah.
We are khalel to be in that position.
Yeah.
And then he would try, let me just, try, and I will be careful this time. I won't go. But one puff, too many puffs, So it's the same as savings or being financially literate. You need, it requires you to leave certain things that you are used to, a certain habit. It means that you need to adapt a new lifestyle. You take off. Now those things need motivations. You must have goals, because before you can set up goals, you must have motivation. I need to save money, and what motivates me then you set goals. Now, and then changing the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then there was another question that was raised, what now? I save money and then I die. Now those people, now if you die, we are all going to die. But now if you die and then you have a family that is depending on you, who do you think must take care of that family when you're not there? Should you die?
Yeah.
You know, you can still enjoy your money while you're still alive, but enjoy it responsibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot. I'm coming to this question. No one can tell you how to spend your money.
Yeah.
But it is also your right to educate yourself about how to spend your money.
Yeah.
You understand? And then that makes it easy for you. It makes it easy. You pass it through to your children. You pass it through to your family, and then they see that you are a responsible person. And then, as a responsible person, you grow and you impart this behavior to them on how to spend money. Then you leave a very good legacy. You won't be even stressed in your grave. They will come in your grave and say, "Ah, siyahlupeka." And then by the time you are not hearing anything, "Oh, sesize, siyahlupeka, sicela intun." And then that is not going to materialize because you yourself, you are an ancestor that was also reckless.
Yeah.
And then people come to you and ask you money.
Yeah.
How is that? How are you going to advise them now? You are no longer audible. You are no longer able to move and tell them, "Hey, you can do that." So, just to let us change a lifestyle. Let us change our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then take it from there. Like I said, it's not easy to start adapting. It's like, you know, as somebody who wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
Has to go to the gym. You see, carb.
Yeah.
I need to deal with carb.
Yeah.
But now, for me to deal with carb, I need to start eating healthy. Now, I'm used to eat a full burger of Burger King, and that is a huge burger, and it's so.
And it's delicious.
You understand? Now I have to reduce now and eat not even indulge in burgers now.
Yeah.
Try to eat healthy stuff. That is not an easy thing for me to do. You understand? Because now I'm used to the habit. My mind is not prepared to go, and my body is not prepared to go to this new lifestyle that I want to adopt. But you still need to get used to it.
Yeah. And then, for the interest of time, you know, this topic, I think sometimes we'll have to revisit it and bring, and only just bring the part, let's say, just to deal with the expenses. But for the interest of time, Arifiteka Mona, and then when we come back, we'll go to the issue of savings.
Yes.
They think that even if you close there and without touching the other part, even if the other one we're just gonna go run through, you know, we'll see how the time allows us. Oh yeah, welcome back. You're still with us here, me and my guest here, Lebo J. We're still talking about the issue of the finance. I just wanted us to stretch a little bit, you know. Read to Bikinyana more with the African Queen, Makazi. She just released her very hot album. You know, it dropped today, and she promised that the internet she will shut down the internet, and I believe now she really shut it down, and I can tell you she's doing very great. Connection, Papa. Connection. Connection. Kimakadi Mona with the DJ, with Kabza the Small. Yeah. Featuring Kabza the Small. Connection. You know, when you talk about the finance, we must talk about connections. Yeah, Sawar.
Yeah.
I don't know where she's taking it, but now I'm telling you, don't worry about the finances. You must just get connected. Lebo J.
Yes, sir.
Let's exhaust the issue of savings. And then while we are exhausting it, I want you also to highlight different kind of savings that they is available for anybody, and especially those one that you deal with.
Yeah.
And then as to how do they really benefit, and also a stretch to those ones that maybe you're not dealing with, and then that they're also available in your entity, the Liberty Life.
Liberty Life, yeah. As I stated before, that I'm a financial advisor at Liberty, so I deal with there's educational plans, savings, and in fact, you can decide whatever the reason that you want to save for. Now, it is important to have savings, and then this is because of, you never know. And when you're speaking about savings, let me just say, we're not only talking about that you need to have a huge chunk of money that you are saving. It is bad to save too much money that at the end of the month, you yourself, you cannot breathe. You cannot breathe as a result that you are saving. You earn 5,000. I love 5,000. I have been talking about 5,000. Or you earn 12,000 rand, and then you save 3,000 rand. It is not justice to you financially. Savings, you should understand the concept as why are you saving. You need to save because you might have unplanned emergencies. You might have unplanned money, shortage of money. Let's say maybe your car broke down, you don't have an insurance. Let's say your wife is sick, you don't have medical aid. Your child is sick, you don't have a medical aid. So and then you end up being in a hospital, and then you don't know what to do. You get so frustrated. So it is important that savings, it is part of your life. Like we stated before, that you need to sit down and look at the goals. Why you're saving. But saving, it should not be only that you have a certain reason. There's no one who save for no reasons. I've heard somebody saying that I'm saving, but I don't know what I'm saving for. Savings is savings, because at the time, if you can lose your job now, and then you don't have retirement funds, you don't have, or retirement annuity, you don't have there's what we call a lifestyle protection insurances, whereby if you lose your job or you get fired, and then the lifestyle protection plan can easily assist you. You can claim it back, and then they can try to pay back, in fact, the minimum salary that you've been earning for the past years since you joined there. So there are a number of avenues that you can maneuver around and look at, and go and check. Now, because of I'm working for Liberty, and Liberty, we do have those financial savings plan that you need to have. That you can check to inquire about as to how much you can save. Also, the issue of saving is critical. Now we having kids that are growing, and then you are a parent, you're working. Some of us, maybe some of the viewers at home, are single parents. They don't have other ways. They are raising their children on their own, but they are still working. You can still save as little as 250, as 350, as 500 for the educational expenses of the child when your child is now at the level of going to the varsity. Because even though the money that you might saving, it won't be able to cover your first year tuition fees, but here's the thing that you are bringing. You are paying for your child to be in the system in the university, and you at the process, when your child is growing up, you are in fact encouraging your child, Uti, she or he must perform very well. Now, at the same time, you're taking responsibility. Remember, when now you might not had that privilege whereby your parent had saved for you money when you were young, but you now a smart person, you are financially wise, you can take that money and save a certain amount. If you save 300 rand for the next coming 10 or 15 years, we are talking about not less than 40 to 50,000, and it will depend on the interest also that you will be receiving. That is something. You know, no one would just come and give you 50,000 when your child has to go for varsity, but you know that I have that 50,000 that I can take and ngigcwalise la kugcwalise khona. I've seen another trending story on the Facebook, and whereby people were complaining about certain investment from certain financial institutions, and then some of them were even encouraging people to go and cancel those products, you know, and as a result of not meeting to what they expected. Now, it is wrong for us as financial advisors to misrepresent the institution by giving you a product that are not going to be beneficial to you. And then I must state it out and make it clear. There are sales advisors, there are financial advisors. Financial advisors are those that deals with your problem. They are not going to sell you any product that doesn't resolve the issue that you have. And they're not going to, you know, sales advisors, this is what they do. They give you any product that comes in the market that has been developed by the company, whether it's good or bad. For them, as long as they are making sales, and it's good for them because they are making sales. But you find out financial advisors who are honest, and then who they will sit down with you, and then they will tell you, Ogoti, this is what you need, this is what you must have, this is what you must do. And at the end of the day, you are not going to take a product on an instant moment. You need to go and sit down and observe, Ogoti, where can I find similar product that has more benefit than this one? If you are therefore satisfied with the product that you are having currently, then you can contact and go back to your financial advisor and say, you know what, I'm impressed with this product. I compared it with other financial institutions. Therefore, I'm happy with this. The other thing I'm going to speak about, not just in short, and I know that we are out of time, since we are speaking about savings. Now, I'm going back to the issue of living too long and living too short, and then being in a hospital or being disabled. So those 3 points that I mentioned. Now, living too long, the issue of funeral covers, it's important. Now, so in South Africa, you as far as I know now, you can have as much as you can funeral covers that you want to have. You can cover whoever you want to cover, as many as you want, but you must be able to also be careful, because now you cover same person in the very same insurance company they are using the very same underwriter. You understand? So there are certain acts that are in place.
Yes.
That are in place. As much as, remember now, the issue of your insuring yourself is part of leaving money for when you are no longer there, so that people, your dependent, can now try to use that money. But be careful that when you are insuring somebody, even if yourself, that the company that you're insuring to are not using the very same underwriter that the other company that you previously insured yourself is using, because it will be a problem in terms of when you have to make a claim. They will look at the amount that you deserve, and they will only give what is due to you, not according to what in fact you have insured. Let me make an example. If you insure yourself with 20,000 rand, and then you are using another under maybe Liberty, and then you are going to insure yourself with other
let's say
CRPTL, and then they're using the same underwriter. And then in most cases, but this law, I don't think it's yet in active, but other financial institutions, they are practicing it. It's the same as you are having, like, you need to know indemnity insurance and non-indemnity insurance, the long-term and the short-term insurances. The short-term insurances are your car insurances. So you cannot insure your car 5 times to Liberty, to
Siya,
Siya, to
to
Lebo
Lebogang,
J.
eh.
Do you understand?
You must insure only with one.
Already there, you are going to be investigated for fraud. Because
Yes.
because
yes,
now
yes.
this is, remember, this is short-term insurance.
Yeah.
Why are you insuring your car with different three
Companies at the same time.
at the same time
Eh.
for the same value?
Yeah.
And the next thing, your car is stolen.
Yeah. Eish. You know, very interesting. Now we are already on the issue of protection.
Issue of protection.
And then, but is that protection and saving in a way? This one they go hand in hand because we are trying to save for the future use.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember now, it's speaking. I'm speaking in terms of losing the money that you would be paying or you would have paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
For over a period of years,
Yeah.
that you are not going to get back.
Yeah.
When you want to make claim.
Yeah.
Because somebody has given you a misrepresented or misinformation or giving a false information that you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I urge our viewers, I urge people out there that make sure that you make a research. If I come to you and I give you an insurance, we have what you call a funeral plus plan at Liberty. It's a very good insurance. You can cover your family, your nyati, whoever you want to cover, 32 members.
Yeah.
You can cover as little as, depending on how much you cover. So, however, be careful that you are not over-insuring one person over and over at the same insurance who are using the very same underwriter.
And then what about this thing whereby you find I've got, let's say, 4 siblings.
Yes.
All of us, we insure our parents. Myself, I insure them for 20,000. The other one for 10,000, maybe 5,000. Does that have any impact in terms of this kind of insurance?
Well, funeral insurance, as far as I know, for now they don't have any difficulties in terms of inconveniencing you in terms of when you have to claim. Hence, I said that you can insure yourself as much as you can, as many as you can, but be careful of you are not using the very same company or different insurance companies, but they're using the same underwriter.
And then before we wind it down, let's talk about the issue. The people that like we don't really budget.
Yeah.
Now, when we come to the savings, how much do we is a person at least should in terms of, let's say I'm earning 1,000 rand. How much should I see to it? How many percentage should I see to it that at least it must go to savings? And now we're talking about in terms of these savings that are more like trust. Is it trust unit?
Unit
trust.
Unit trust. Yeah.
The one for the maybe 5 years investment, and also including the one for these kids for school. If we are saying the person is fair enough, how much would the person be saving?
Well, see, I think the question that you should be asking is that when to start saving.
Okay.
Because if I say that how much you should start saving, it will depend on your budget, how much you want to save. But what I want to address is that when you should start saving. Let us run away from this thing of it is not late to save money.
Yeah.
You can be late to save money because you are growing up, you are getting old. There's going to be a time that you won't be able to work. You are saving while you are working, so that you can be able to benefit when you are not working. That is the main purpose. That is why we want to get rich and wealthy, have multiple millions when you retire, because retirement means that you are officially unemployed and not even employable again. Unless you are a politician. At the age of 65, companies, private, public, or even if you are retiring, the company, they chase you away.
Yeah.
If you are a policeman, you retire at 60, if I'm right, 60 or 65.
Yeah.
But the retirement age is 65. Now, it is important I can urge the generation of now, of today, or this current generation, to say start saving at the early as 20s. When you are now, I'm coming to the issue of those who have already reached over or past 20s, and then to address the issue of savings. Now, if you are 20 years of age, you start saving. because now you're from varsity, or either you're still in varsity, or still either you started with working, or you just had some income, and paycheck is, you have a paycheck at that age. Start to save as minimum as you can. Start with 200 or 300, because when you that money, you track it, it grows with you. And then the more the more you are growing, get to have different incomes. Maybe you can save as much as you can at that age. Now if you are growing up and you've reached the age of 30, it puts pressure on you in terms of saving, but because now you want to catch up. You want to catch up with the years that you've lost, and then with the years, for example, you're 30 and you're left with another 30 years for you to reach 60, or 35 for you to reach another 65. Now you calculate, if I save 1,000 rand, at the age of 65 I will be having 100, 200 something. There is nothing. Now you're under pressure. So my advice, start saving as early as as young as you are, preferably or ideally at age of 20 you start saving. But when you are in this age now, when you are over 30, and 30, like me, I'm 34 years, I'm not ashamed of my age. Yeah, I'm 34 years. It is much pressure for me to save now, because I want to catch up with another 25 or 30 years that I still need to continue working on, whereby when I reach 65, I know that at least I'm having something. And either you are having retirement annuities and so on and so on. So there's no ideal amount that I can put to say this is how much you should start saving, but it all depends on your budget and your affordability. But if you're having money available, you know that this one, there's nothing I do with this one. Save that money. And remember, you are having a child, you are having a family. Family comes first. I don't want to talk too much about the issue of girlfriend allowance, because I will still say it's a useless expenditure. It is not a profitable. It's useless, And so, put yourself first. Start saving your money so that you can enjoy your money, and then not only saving, also try to have multiple streams of income that comes in. You can look at ways of making money legally, not illegal ones. Not illegal ones. And then you can check if you can save that money.
And then the annuity retirement, or let's say the long-term savings.
The long-term savings,
of which annuity retirement is one of it. The other can be the other investment that are set for a long-term period, 10 years, 20 years, and things like that. If you're working, if you are self-employed, or you are working for a certain income, and some company find that they don't really put much in terms of they don't put it all in terms of pension. So what can you tell people that they are reluctant into, or they don't even know about the annuity retirement plan? Is that plan supposed to be only for people who are permanently employed, or they self-employed, they can as well do it? And then what are the rates there? Where do one start?
In terms of annuity, even if you are employed, you can still have an additional annuity aside. For example, you work at military, and then you can still have you have your own annuity at work, whereby the company also contribute a certain percentage, and then also you're contributing. For you can still have your own additional one. Inquire, we do have those annuity at Liberty. It's a pity that I don't work with them directly. So I don't have much information in terms of the annuity is concerned, because it's not my department that I'm dealing with. But in my knowledge, I know very well that you can still acquire to have additional, or even if you are not in the company that you're working for, it does not provide that annuity, retirement annuity. You've got two ways that you can deal with this issue, because remember, you are getting old, and then being age 65 in South Africa, it simply means if you are not a politician, you are unemployable at that age. You are not going to be employed by any, whether it's government, unless you are a politician. But for argument's sake, or for interest's sake, do justice to yourself. to all the viewers that are at home, they can just DM me or send me inbox or go to my my profile. They will see there's email, there's contact numbers, but you can just call me at or send me email at lebohang.jonas@liplink.co.za, and then to inquire about those things. I have a guy who's working directly with that. We'll inquire with him and then try to set up a meeting.
Yeah.
And people can know and interact as to how best they can go about it. But you can have additional annuity, or you can, if your company is not working,
Or
you
when you're
can.
self-employed.
Yeah, if you are self-employed, you can. Did I say if your company is not working? You, in fact, if your company is not providing your retirement,
Yeah.
and either you can make arrangement with the company to make certain from your salary, they can take certain
Percentage.
deduction,
Yeah.
and then they send it to this annuity. If you feel that way, via debit order, I might reverse it. The issue of reversal, we'll talk about it another day.
Yeah.
But if you feel that way, I might reverse it because I've transferred 400 rand and then now I need to go to Black Launch. I don't have 400. Let me just go there and I will pay it sometime.
Yeah.
It will lapse because it's an
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
You know. And so yeah, if you allow me, I know that we don't have time. Let me just say this and finish with it. When people getting to know, now we're speaking about savings, right?
Yeah.
Don't cancel your current insurances just because of somebody told you there's a new exciting insurance,
Yeah.
because there's a risk in that. Each and every new insurance that you are writing or joining, it has its own waiting period.
Yeah.
I said this thing on my status that do not cancel your insurance because of your advisor from a certain institution. I know I will not do it, and told you that there's a new, now you can cancel this other. You are throwing your money away, because the previous insurance that you had, you would not be refunded
Yeah.
for the premiums that you've paid for the past 5 years, 6 years. It's a risk insurance. You don't get refund when you cancel any insurance. You will not be refunded. Now, there's things that you can ask. One, ask about switching options. Can you switch your current insurance to the new insurance?
Section 14.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then because if you switch, you don't have to wait.
Yeah.
There's no waiting period.
Yeah.
It's a carry over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. While we are closing, there was something that I wanted to touch on before we close. Okay. Tell me, which product do you deal with? And then from there, you can then now give the members your contact details as to how they can contact you.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, firstly, I'm working for Liberty Life Insurance, and I'm a financial advisor at it, at Liberty. And then I'm dealing with funeral plans. I'm dealing with life covers. I'm dealing with investment. So whatever investment that you want to, whatever reason that you want to, that you have in terms of saving, I'm the guy. You can contact me. And then my office is in Rustenburg, in Poch. I'm servicing the entire Potchefstroom, Klerksdorp, and other areas in Fochville. So COVID-19 has made things very difficult these days, and then so certain offices we are working from home. So, but in terms of if there's a client out there who needs to make claims, go to my profile or contact me, send an email. You can get me at 062-607-6302. So you can WhatsApp me, call me there, and then I promise I will be available, provided that I'm not busy, because you remember I need to give attention to other clients. But if you send me WhatsApp, I think it's better that way, saying, hey Lebza, I'm here, I need inquiry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if you want a quotation with investment, I will just send me information, your date of birth, ID numbers, so that they can do a quotation for you, then including insurance, funeral cover. Send me a WhatsApp, inbox me on Facebook, send me an email, and then check with me. I will do a quotation for you for any funeral cover. Our funeral cover, I think by far, they are the best. Funeral covers that we have is funeral plus plan. You have a benefit of paid up benefit. It is paid up benefit. It will help you when you retire. When you retire, we don't want to pay insurances. Now, paid up benefit, it means that when you're at the retirement age, your policy is still active. You are still covered with the amount that you have covered yourself with, but you're no longer paying the policy. You're no longer paying the premiums, because now you want to enjoy your retirement. And then secondly, there's benefits of Inkomo cash. Now, Inkomo cashback, this one has confused a lot of people. We don't give you cow. Yeah, we don't give you cow, Inkomo. No, we give you cash, a minimum of 10,000 rand to go and buy Inkomo. But you can do whatever you want to do. And then we have tombstone benefit. It's a same amount of 10,000 rand. You can do whatever you want to do at the funeral. And we have groceries of 1,000 rand. We have airtime of 1,000 rand. The benefits, we call them value added benefits. We have 3,000 of transportation. Maybe those are cash. You get them. If you insure yourself with 25,000, you have 10,000 additional of whatever the benefits that you have chosen, and then that money comes into your account. We are not going to say, no, you need to send out transportation quotations, or maybe we will send you a voucher for airtime, or we'll send you a voucher for groceries. We give you cash. Yeah, we are in it with you.
Nadi Lebs. Or Lebo J.
Lebo J.
I love this thing of calling people one that.
Yeah.
Daniel. Then I'm like that D. So but in closing now, what else that you can just tell our people in terms of the finance?
Well, make sure that you enjoy your money wisely. Stop girlfriend allowance. I'm anti-girlfriend allowance. I'm kidding, but let me just girlfriend allowance is a choice, but let us be cautious of how we use our money. Let us understand the value of money. And to my fellow Christians, are tlogeleng gore tšhelete ke satane. Tšhelete ga se satane. Church need money for certain daily things that they need, and for the church to run. Let us understand, let us educate. It will be much nicer if we can have such dialogues. We talk about these things and then educate people much more about finances. But either way, lovely people, thank you for having me. And then thank you for the time and the opportunity that I have from you, Sia, and the team that is behind the scenes. And I'm looking forward to engage further about certain issues that we did not address. Thank you very much.
All right. From me and myself, I would like to say, let's call it a night. That was a chill session with Rofhiwa and our guest, Lebo J. We were, digesting a couple of things in terms of the finances. I hope these things were was much of, help to our viewers out there. And then, and then if you have any, angle that you think we didn't really, arrest them, like Tata, you can let us know so that in future, or zipale zwavhuḓi vhuḓi rini mafhungo a masheleni a tshimbilisa hani, and then as I said in the past, if you want to be part of chill session, you know what to do. And then we are open to host someone like you if you want to stand out with confident, if you want to join the team that stand out with confident. Good night to everybody out there.